In this video, you'll learn how to make a spreadsheet in Google Sheets from scratch. I'll show you how to create a new sheet, organize your data, format cells, use simple formulas, and set everything up so your spreadsheet is clean, useful, and easy to manage. Number 1. Create a new spreadsheet. Open Google Sheets in your browser and sign in to the Google account where you want the file to be stored. From the Sheets home page, choose Blank to start from scratch. If you are making something common, such as a budget, schedule, or project tracker, you can also check the template gallery first. Once the sheet opens, click the file name in the top left and rename it immediately. Use a clear name that tells you what the spreadsheet contains, because leaving files with names like Untitled Spreadsheet makes them much harder to find later. Google Sheets saves changes automatically while you are online, so you do not need to keep pressing a Save button. Number 2. Plan the structure first. Before typing a lot of information, decide what one row and one column should represent. In most spreadsheets, each row is one record, such as one expense, one customer, one product, or one task. Each column stores one type of information about that record. For example, an expense sheet might use date, category, description, amount, and payment method as columns. This matters because a messy structure makes formulas, sorting, filtering, and charts much harder later. Avoid putting several different pieces of information into one cell. If you may need to sort or calculate something separately, give it its own column. Number 3. Build a clear header row. Use the first row for column names. Click cell A1 and enter the first heading, then move across the row for the remaining headings. Keep header names short but specific. Instead of writing information, use something meaningful like order date or total cost. Make the header row visually different with bold text, a background color, or borders so people can instantly tell where the data begins. If the spreadsheet will become long, freeze the first row so the headers stay visible while you scroll. Go to View, choose Freeze, and freeze one row. This small step makes large spreadsheets much easier to read and prevents entering information under the wrong column. Number 4. Enter data consistently. Start entering your information one row at a time. Press Tab to move to the next cell in the same row, and press Enter when you need to move down. Consistency is more important than decoration. If one column contains dates, keep every entry in that column as a real date. If another column contains prices, enter numbers rather than typing extra words inside the same cells. For example, enter 49.99 as the value and apply currency formatting, instead of typing the word dollars after every number. Be careful with extra spaces, different spellings, and mixed date formats because they can create problems when you sort, filter, or calculate the data later. Number 5. Format the cells correctly. Formatting tells Google Sheets how a value should be displayed. Select the cells you want to change, then use the toolbar or open Format and choose Number. You can display values as currency, percentages, dates, times, or regular numbers. This does not just make the sheet look better, it also helps you notice mistakes. If a price suddenly appears as a date, the cell probably has the wrong format. Adjust column width so the content is readable, and use text wrapping when a description is too long. Avoid merging cells inside the main data table, because merged cells can interfere with sorting and filtering. Keep the main table simple and rectangular. Number 6. Add useful formulas. A spreadsheet becomes much more useful when it calculates results for you. Every formula begins with an equals sign. If column D contains amounts from row 2 through row 20, you can calculate the total with the sum function. Type equals sum, open the parentheses, select the range from D2 through D20, close the parentheses, and press Enter. You can also use simple formulas such as equals D2 minus E2 to calculate a difference between two cells. When a formula is correct, copy it down instead of typing it again for every row. The most common beginner mistakes are selecting the wrong range, forgetting the equals sign, or including a header cell in a calculation. Always check the first few results manually to make sure the formula is doing what you expect. Number 7. Make data entry easier. If a column should contain only a few allowed choices, create a dropdown instead of typing the same words repeatedly. This is useful for fields such as status, priority, department, or payment method. Select the cells, then use Insert and choose Dropdown, or Open Data and use Data Validation. Add the choices you want and save the rule. Dropdowns reduce spelling differences and make the data easier to filter later. You can also use checkboxes for simple yes and no style tracking. The important point is to use these controls only where they actually improve consistency. Do not add dropdowns to every column if people need to enter free text or unique values. Number 8. Sort and filter safely. Once you have more than a few rows, sorting and filtering help you find information quickly. A filter can temporarily hide rows that do not match your condition, while sorting changes the order of the visible data. Before sorting, make sure the full table is selected or that Google Sheets correctly recognizes the entire data range. Sorting only one column by itself can separate values from the rest of their original rows and damage the meaning of the spreadsheet. If you have a header row, keep it separate from the data. Use data and create a filter when you want small filter buttons on the headers, then choose the values you want to show or hide. Number 9. Share the spreadsheet carefully. Click Share in the top right when other people need access. You can enter specific email addresses or change the general link access, depending on what your account allows. Choose the permission level carefully. Viewer access lets someone read the file without changing it. Commenter access lets them leave comments. Editor access lets them modify the spreadsheet. Do not give editor access when someone only needs to look at the information. If the sheet contains private business, financial, or personal information, keep general access restricted and share only with the people who actually need it. Also remember that changes made by editors can affect formulas, formatting, and data for everyone using the file. Number 10. Check the spreadsheet before using it. Before you rely on the sheet, test it like someone who has never seen it before. Read the headers from left to right and make sure each one is clear. Check that dates look like dates, money looks like money, percentages are formatted correctly, and formulas return sensible results. Try adding one new row to confirm that the structure still works. Test the filter and make sure the header row stays in place. Look for blank rows inside the main table, duplicate records, misspelled category names, and formulas that stop before the newest data. If other people will edit the file, add a short note near the top explaining what they should enter and which columns they should not change. A well-built spreadsheet should make the next action obvious and should continue working when more data is added.